Let's begin this morning with the latest on the coronavirus. A cruise ship that's been sitting off the coast of Northern California will come to port tomorrow. At least 21 people on board now have tested positive for coronavirus, and now all of the other passengers will be screened before coming off the ship. NBC's Steve Patterson is in Oakland, California, where the ship soon will be docked. Steve, good morning.
Willie, new cases of this virus are now escalating at an alarming rate. Now 19 deaths across the country. Meanwhile, the thousands of people stuck on board that ship are now finally getting answers about when they're getting off. Overnight, welcome news for some of the 3,500 passengers stranded at sea.
Agreement has been reached to bring our ship into the port of Oakland.
The Grand Princess scheduled to dock in Oakland Monday, allowing guests requiring medical attention to disembark. Hope for Eva and Ron Weisberger, who are worried about the virus because of their age and Ron's heart condition.
I know I'm going to run out of medication by Wednesday.
And it's heart medication, so that's really dangerous.
Yeah.
It's the end of a nightmare.
It's kind of like being in a little prison cell at sea.
So far, 21 people tested positive for the coronavirus, including 19 crew members, but only 45 of 3,500 people on board were initially tested. The question now, what to do with passengers when they arrive in port in Oakland. Officials saying they'll need to be screened and then go to a federal facility for testing and isolation. Princess Cruises said the spread may have originated from a passenger that came aboard in February. In Florida, Vice President Pence says the administration is about to implement new standards for the cruise industry.
Enhance entry and exit screening, and also to establish shipboard testing for the coronavirus.
Nationwide, the coronavirus is surging, with more than 400 positive cases across the country. Overseas, Europe's worst-hit country announcing drastic measures, northern Italy locking down 16 million people as the death toll reaches over 230 across the country.
Buongiorno.
And this morning, the Pope holding Sunday prayers by video link as a precaution. In China, where the virus was first detected, a search and rescue operation is underway after a hotel that was being used as a quarantine center collapsed, trapping about 70 inside and killing at least 10. So when they get off the ship, officials say the plan is for California residents to be escorted to a government facility somewhere inside the state, whereas non-Californians will be escorted to facilities somewhere outside of the state. But no word yet on what happens to non-Americans.
Boy, nightmare on that ship, and stunning to see what Italy is doing. Steve Patterson in Oakland, California for us. Steve, thanks very much. This morning, the White House is denying a report that the administration overruled a CDC recommendation about commercial air travel during the coronavirus outbreak. NBC's Hans Nichols is in West Palm Beach, Florida, traveling with the president with more on that. Hans, good morning.
Good morning, Willie. Yesterday, you heard from the vice president urging older Americans not to take cruises, but the Associated Press is reporting that a similar restriction was made for the elderly as it relates to commercial air travel, and that the White House overruled them. According to the AP, which cited a single official, what the recommendations really were about were restricting air travel. This was a plan from the CDC, but when it got to the White House, they ordered those travel restrictions removed. We should note the strong dispute from the White House. This story is complete fiction. It was never a recommendation to the task force. I look forward to Sunday morning hosts asking our medical professionals about it tomorrow. There's also news that an attendee at CPAC, the conservative action group that met in Washington last month, that was attended this conference by the president, the vice president, administration officials, that attendee tested positive for the virus, bringing it closer to the White House. The president was asked about this last night. He said he was not concerned. He says his team is doing a great job, not at all worried. The vice president also told us that he personally himself hasn't been tested for the virus. Willie?
Hans Nichols traveling with the president. Hans, thank you very much.